What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Before this video starts, I just wanted to say thank you for the crazy support recently, and as promised, I will be picking the giveaway winner for the 100 subscriber giveaway for the AK Wasteland Rebel, and here we go. Congratulations to the winner. Once again, guys, thank you so much for the support. Stay tuned because in the very next video I will be having a brand new giveaway for when we hit 500 subscribers. We're going to be going over my personal picks for the best CS2 investments. These are going to be medium to long-term investments, and I'm going to split this video up into 3 different tiers. So there's going to be low tier investments, medium tier investments, and high tier investments. I will put chapters and timestamps on the video so you can just jump to the one that applies to you, or you can watch the whole thing. First and foremost, before we get into the tiers, I just want to say cases will pretty much always be a good investment. If you want a safe investment and you have a little bit of money or a lot of money, cases will always be a good investment, because if you invest in the rare and discontinued cases, the supply on those cases is pretty much always, unless they bring it back into the active drop pool, is pretty much always gonna go down. So if the supply of those cases is going down, the price of the cases is going up because of supply and demand. If you buy some cases and you hold on to them for 2 years, chances are that you will most likely make some money from that investment. Now, moving on to the low tier investments, I would recommend skins that are pretty static. If you hold on to these static skins right now, chances are that when a new operation comes out, interest is at an all-time high. These skins are going to be worth more money, because skins like, for example, the AK Redline in field tested condition, this skin is about $14, sometimes it goes up to $15. This skin will pretty much, and has pretty much always retained its value, and once a new operation comes out for CS2 and people start coming back to the game, a lot of people are gonna want some of these entry skins, the Redline for example, because the Redline is one of the most iconic AK skins. It is one of the most fairly priced AK skins. It is one of the most sought after AK skins. So for the low tier investments, I would recommend skins like the AK Redline and other static skins that pretty much retain their value for the most part, highly liquid and highly sought after. If we look here, the liquidity of the AK Redline is at 100%. I would recommend to go on priceempire.com if you have a low amount of money to invest with, and buy some skins that are popular, that you personally like for play skins, and that have a high liquidity. 100%, obviously, that's ideal. If it's around 90%, that is also ideal, but I want to go anywhere below that. Now for the medium tier investments, personally, I would recommend some entry level knives. Now, a lot of people might disagree with me, and a lot of people actually won't like these knives, but again, once CS2 starts picking up steam, the release was very lackluster. The release was not what a lot of people were expecting it to be, and CS2 has pretty much stayed at the same amount of players, if not lost a little bit of players through this release. Once a new operation comes out and interest is reignited in CS2, there's going to be a lot of people wanting knives, and most people will buy entry level knives first before jumping into very expensive knives. You can pretty much hedge your bets right now and assume that some of the entry level knives, if they are sought after and if they are liquid in a good condition, they will go up in price. If we look at the graphs right now for each one of these gun knives, we'll see pretty much all of them are in the red. This Forest DD pad and field tested, for example, it has dropped by about 2.5% recently, and this is just in the past 60 days. So once a new operation comes out, personally, I believe that the price of entry level knives are going to go up. It might just be a little bit, it might be a lot, but I would recommend, if you are going to invest in entry level knives, either buying the gut knife or the huntsman knives. These knives are, in my opinion, the cheapest knives that are the most sought after, because they look clean, they have a clean animation. A lot of people don't like the gut knife, but for an entry level knife, the gut knife is a very good knife. The animation is nice, same on the huntsman. The only knife that I would suggest not to invest in would be the Navaja knife, unfortunately, because Navaja knives are not very popular. Not a lot of people are going to be buying a Navaja for their first ever knife. Another thing that I would suggest is always stay away from stat track knives. These knives are very hard to sell, and if you are going to buy an entry level knife for an investment, make sure it is at least field tested and above. So field tested, minimal wear, and factory new. And last but not least, for the high tier investments, I would strongly suggest investing in some Doppler finish knives. Now the Doppler finish knives are very sought after. They have always been sought after, and they got a huge upgrade in CS2. Most of the Dopplers look miles better than they did in CSGO. When you're investing into expensive knives, there are a couple things to take into account. For example, it's like the same thing with the entry-level knives. No StatTrak knives. Try your very best to stay away from StatTrak knives because a lot of people do not like StatTrak on their knives. If anything, the price will be the same on StatTrak knives and they will be harder to sell. Also, stick with knives that have a sought after animation and a high liquidity. For example, the Ursus knife, it might look good to you and it has a nice finish. It is not very sought after in the CS community. The bayonet, for example, the bayonet Doppler has a very high liquidity and is very sought after in the CS community. The flip knife Doppler is also a good investment. It's an OG knife. It has a clean animation. People don't really dislike this knife. Again, I would try to stay away from the knives that are less popular, at least for an investment. For example, the Navaja knife, it probably would not be a good investment just because the market is not that big for them. Obviously, there's people that like the Navaja knife and there's always going to be people buying the Navaja knives, but there will not be as many people buying the Navaja as there will be buying a bayonet or a flip knife, for example. To sum everything up, if you have a little bit of money, I would invest in some static skins, some skins that have a high liquidity and don't change price very often because those skins are safe, those skins are popular, and those skins are easy to sell. Over time, I do believe that they will go up in price with the popularity of CS2 because when the demand is high, the price is high. If you're looking for a medium price investment, let's say $100 to $500, I would suggest to invest in some entry-level knives because again, when CS2 gets more popular, there's going to be a lot of people wanting to buy into the market. Most people start with entry-level knives and then work their way up. Most people don't start with, you know, a $700-800 knife, for example. And if you're looking for a high tier investment, I would recommend some popular knives with popular sought after animations with a Doppler finish because the Doppler finish is one of the most sought after finishes. And if other knives are going to go up with the price of CS2's popularity, you best believe that Doppler knives are too. And that'll be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like a more in-depth video on each tier, me showing you guys how to find the best knives to invest, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. I really appreciate all the support recently. In the very next video, I will be making a video showing you guys the best skins to flip right now and how to find the best skins to flip for a quick short-term profit. This video was about medium to long-term profit, but in the very next video, I will be showing you guys the best skins to flip. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that one, and I'll see you in the next one.